The video starts at 1:50. Enjoy. What's good, guys? It's me, Gerald the Weep, here back again with another video. Okay, I'm not going to allow this video to be uploaded. I'm recording this Thursday. It's going to be uploaded, Friday. I'm going to miss, uploading Saturday because I need to, like I said, I'm still moving. I need to clean. I gotta keep, make sure everything's clean. So it's going to take me a couple hours to clean up the rest of my stuff in the house, basically. And yeah, I'm probably going to be doing that all day. And Sunday, I'll make one. Yeah, like I said, I'll make a video. And Monday, throughout the next week of Monday, I might not be able to. It depends on my move. Now, hopefully you guys enjoy the What If. This is What If Midoriya went to ReZero Part 7. You should be caught up with the Anyo series. And like I said, I also will be, for Sunday, the upload would be, What If Asta Was Immortal. So, sorry if that's going to take too long. It's because of, like, this school assignment. I had to watch a video. It was quite a deep video. Yeah, so I'm basically going to leave a time step if you don't want to hear this. So, yeah, it was a quite deep video. It was an hour and 30 minutes, so I watched it all, and I came out of class very late. It was quite interesting. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to get straight into the video. I'm going to leave a timestamp on where you should watch it. Okay, I knocked out my plug, so by my phone. So I gotta remember where I was at. Okay, yes, Midoriya wakes up, and he's not in the Roswell mansion. He's at Garfield's village, or sanctuary. And Garfield says, "You're finally awake, Midoriya. You said you're going to be doing the trials. Are you still going to do that?" And Midoriya says, "Do you know anything about the witch cultists?" And yeah, this takes Garfield off of surprise, and he says, "I only have a couple of days. Please tell me anything you know. They're going to be attacking soon." And yeah, Midoriya says, "Well, I have a special ability that makes me see into the future." And this doesn't conflict with Satella. He's just it's kind of a lie, you could say. And Garfield says, "When are you gonna tell me you have such an ability? If the witch cultists are going to be attacking, where are they gonna attack at?" "They're after Amelia." That's what Midoriya is saying to Garfield. And he says, "You need to hurry up and get to her then. She should still be at the..." Yeah, so it's only been a couple hours since he's been sleeping, so Amelia is still at the royal selection. And yeah, Midoriya says, "I have no time. I need to hurry up and go." And he runs back to the Roswell mansion, and he's going 20%. Of his one for all, basically. And he's also using more of his black whip quirk too to cover more ground. Yeah, he's starting to perfect it a little bit more. And as he reaches back to the Roswell mansion, he leaves a note for Ram saying that he's going to the royal selection meeting, you could say. And he says to be on high alert because of the witch cultists could be coming. He leaves that a note. He leaves a note, and as he keeps traveling, he goes through the village and he says hi to everyone before he keeps going. And as he keeps going, he realizes it's starting to become dark, and he says, "I didn't make it to the meeting. Maybe I'm too late." And he then noticed a small gathering group, and he walks over to them. And the gathering group pulls weapons because they can't see Midoriya's face, and he says, "I'm a friendly person. Don't worry." And they see that it's just a kid, and Otto says, "Oh, it's just a kid." And yeah, Otto is like, "Why are you doing out here? Shouldn't you be with a group or something?" And Midoriya says he kind of lost track of time. He was trying to get to Lagunica, the capital of Lagunica, but it took longer than he expected it to take. He thought he could get there on foot, and he didn't realize how big the world was until he actually was walking it. So basically, he's halfway there to Lagonica, and by the time he's there, Amelia is going to be ready to leave, basically. And yeah, so his initial plan was to meet with Amelia and tell Reinhardt, but if he doesn't see Amelia, he still has a couple of days before the attack happens. And he has a different save from Subaru, basically. So he basically has two and a half or 3 days, basically, until the attack happens. And yes, so Otto and Midoriya actually come to understand each other, and Otto goes into explaining why he's a merchant now. I forgot, like he explains it to Subaru why. Wait, he actually in a flashback it explains why Otto's a merchant, kind of because of his past, and Midoriya says that he needs to meet with someone who's supposed to be the leader of the country, and Otto says you must be a very important child then. And Midoriya says, "Not really. I ran into her on accident." And Otto says, "Fine. I'll allow you. I'll take you to the capital if you pay me money." And Midoriya says he doesn't have any money. You'll ask that he doesn't know about Amelia's name. He says she'll pay for it, or that Roswell guy you were talking about. I think it's a good deal. If it's this important, you need to go. And Midoriya says, "Fine. I'll need to tell them if I see them there." And yes, that was Midoriya's next plan. He sleeps for a day, and by the next day, he makes it to the capital. And as Otto was taking Midoriya to the capital, he speaks with Bakugo, and he can also speak with All Might, but he speaks to Bakugo. And Bakugo gives him a suggestion just to kill them all. I'm joking. He says just to be just I can't be profanitizing. I mean just to kick all their butts, all the witch cultists butts, and that's how you can help Amelia. And he says, "I don't care about this anymore. You can go ask All Might." And Midoriya says this out like, "Of course you don't, Bakugo." And yeah, Otto sees this and he says, "Who's this Bakugo?" And Midoriya says it's a spirit of his. It's a very annoying one, but a one he cherished. And yeah, Bakugo shoots a flame attack out of he can still go into to the ReZero world for a couple of minutes. He can basically shoot attacks and he can be in there for a couple of minutes and then he disappears. And Otto's roof gets on fire, and Midoriya puts it out before it burns the whole carriage. And yes, as they finally reach, yeah, it was a good side story. Don't forget, Bakugo is going to be fighting with Betelgeuse, probably for the next part, and the White Whale. Tell me in the comments if you want him to fight the White Whale with Midoriya or Betelgeuse. Who knows? Maybe All Might can help him somehow. Now, Midoriya, after reaching it, he parts ways with Otto, and Otto says, "I can't take money from you. Never mind. I may be a merchant, but I'm not a rude guy. Just help that Amelia." And yeah, so Midoriya told her what Amelia's name was, and hopefully she becomes the queen. And Otto, he just leaves. And Midoriya goes to look around all over the place to find Reinhardt. But he runs into someone he's never met before. He finds the Magic Knight, Julius, before Reinhardt. And he sees that he's with Anastasia, but he doesn't know about her. And yes, Midoriya walks up to him, and he says, "Do you know the Knight Reinhardt?" And Julius says, "Why are you asking about him? What do you need?" And Midoriya says, "It's very important." And Julia says, spit it out, or you're gonna have to find him himself. And Midoriya says, it's about the witch cultist. And Anastasia says, the witch cultist? This could be interesting. And Midoriya says, they will be attacking in a couple of days from now. Amelia's camp. I have a future ability that allows me to see into the future. And Julia says, why wouldn't you tell Amelia then, if you know her so well? She didn't want me to come here. This is what Midoriya is saying. And yeah, he's still lying about this. And Anastasia then puts a plan up for him. If this is true, that the witch cultists are going to be attacking, I'm pretty sure no one's going to help with that. You need to find someone who you need to pay a lot of money to help. And Midoriya says, what do you mean? And Anastasia tries to, do her routine of trying to get more information out of Midoriya. And Midoriya starts to go into this mumbling phase, and yeah, Anastasia thinks that she broke him. Yeah. And he says, thank you for telling me. I'll keep this in mind if I need your help to defeat the witch cultists. And he says, who are you anyway? And Anastasia says, it's not for me to tell. And Midoriya is probably assuming that since she has all these people, Midoriya's has been attacked by a couple of times. He also sees how many people are around her or are in the shadows. And Midoriya says, you must be very important because there's over 20 to 30 people around you, and they're all in different spots. So I'm pretty sure you're a candidate. I'll keep you in mind if I need any more help from you. And he runs off and tries to find Midoriya. Yeah, I'm not Midoriya. I mean Reinhardt. Yes, after he basically wasted two whole days and he couldn't find Reinhardt. And he says, "No, this can't be." And he says, "I only have another 2 days left, or a day or so. I don't even know where the witch cultists are going to be attacking from, or maybe." And he's breathing heavily, and he sees that it's nighttime now, and he says, "Why didn't I think of this before?" And he's going to try to find the Von Straya's residence, but he runs into someone else who's trying to get away from the Von Straya's residence. Yeah, he runs into Felt, and yeah, the guards are looking for her, and Midoriya he just sneaks around the corner so she doesn't see him. And yeah, they catch her again, and Reinhardt is there, and he says, "Why do you keep running away? Seriously, you're going to become a candidate." And she says, "I just wanted to see Old Man Ram." And Midoriya finally lets a smile on his face, and he says, "Finally!" And he jumps he jumps out and he runs straight over to Reinhardt, and Reinhardt doesn't see can't see the face familiar, and he goes into his stance. And all the magic knights that were right by Reinhardt, they couldn't see how fast Midoriya was moving, so he just went right past them. And he says, "Reinhardt, I've been looking for you." And he says, "For what?" And he noticed that it's Midoriya, and he says, "Midoriya, what did you need?" And then Reinhardt says, "Oh, is it to meet Feld again? She's doing alright." And yeah, Midoriya says, "It's not that." And he waves at Feld, and he says, "It's more important. It's the witch cultist." And Reinhardt's demeanor changed, and everyone around him also changed too. Their demeanors too. And Reinhardt says, "How do you know about you learned about the witch cultists, I see. What do you mean they're going to be attacking?" And Midoriya says, "I've seen it in a future vision of mine. Ever since I came here, I've been able to see future visions. And it says it's going to attack Amelia's camp. And it's going to lead towards my And yeah, Satella's starts to grab his heart, and he says, "It's gonna lead to everyone's death at the mansion. I saw it, and before I also remember seeing you killing someone, but I can't remember using a very flashy attack." And you said, and can barely remember you saying, "I can see. I could have saved you." And Reinhardt says, "This is one weird ability you have, but I'll look into it. How many days do we have to prepare for this battle?" And Midoriya says, "We only have 2 days or 1 day left." And Reinhardt says, I wish you would have found me sooner." And Reinhardt says, "Fine. I'll make a meeting with the royals in the court about this incident and see if I can do something." And so Midoriya says, "I'll be heading back to Amelia so I can prepare." But Midoriya would not make it back to Amelia. Anyway, Reinhardt says, "Fine. Good luck with that then." And as Midoriya um, sleeps for one more day, he doesn't realize it's going to happen. He wakes up the next day and he gets a cart this time, and it's not Otto. And he goes the same way that Subaru does, and he runs into the white whale. But someone comes to save him though. And yeah, it was Rem. She was okay, like I said, it's basically been over a day, and she was contacted. Amelia went back to the mansion, and she told Rem to go look for Midoriya. And she remembers Midoriya wrote the note earlier in the part, and yeah, she was riding towards the capital, and oh my goodness, my throat. And she sees that Midoriya was about to be attacked by the white whale's mist, and she goes out of her way to save Midoriya, and she saves him, so that's how he didn't die. And she's still riding on the dragon, but it's starting to lose steam, and only one person can stay on. And Midoriya is he's quite injured, and she says he's not going to be able to make it. And she says, "Midoriya, if you can hear me." Midoriya's like I said, the white whale attacked him, and he was caught off guard by this, and he gets injured by it quite badly. He can barely see Ren. He says, "You need to go to Amelia." And yeah, she jumps off and goes and hits the mist. And Midoriya can barely see, and he passes out again. And as he wakes up again, he sees it's now a sunrise. And he says, "The witch cultist. I need to keep going. The witch cultist. And that whale, I need to tell Amelia that Rem was fighting that thing." And yes, Midoriya crawls his way to the he crawls his way to the mansion, but he doesn't bleed out. Yeah, I know this Midoriya he's kind of built different, and he says, "I couldn't even call on Bakugo." And he finally calls on Bakugo, and Bakugo sees that he's in this broken state, and yeah, he helps him to the Roswell mansion, where he puts Midoriya at the front door, and he knocks on it. And Bakugo only has 30 minutes left before he turns back. And Midoriya finally wakes up, and he says, "The witch cultists are going to be attacking soon, Amelia. Rem, I don't think she made it. And I need to fix this right now. But I just needed to tell you this, just to run to Sanctuary. Forget about me." Because Midoriya doesn't know if Rem is alive or not. And he's just going to kill himself. and he doesn't want Amelia to see, and he doesn't know if the other timelines conflict with the one he's in, so he just tells Amelia to run. And Amelia says, you have a lot more to explain. Why would you go to the capital? And yeah, Bakugo is just remaining silent. He's starting to get a little bit of angry with Amelia, but he's not going to outburst yet. And Midoriya says, like I said, the witch coaches are coming. And yeah, Amelia says, you've been saying that, but they haven't come yet. Where are you getting this information from? And Amelia says, who is this? And Bakugo says, it's none of your business. And yeah, Amelia says, he's quite rude. And yeah, Bakugo says, and you're quite, Bakugo would say some bad stuff. I can't be saying that. Yeah, so he says, and you're quite an idiot. That's what he says to Amelia. And Midoriya says, why won't you just listen to me, Amelia? I'm not trying to hurt you or trying to sabotage you. You just need to go to the sanctuary. It's too late for the mansion at this point. I know so. And Bakugo says, just tell her. Maybe I can tell her. And Amelia says, tell me what? And Bakugo says, if you stop being such a dumb donkey, there we go, you would actually listen to him. The witch cultists are coming to kill you because you're overrated. They think you're going to be the next vessel for the witch. From what Midoriya has, what I'm thinking from what Midoriya is going to say. So they're going to try to use you to create Satella again. So that's why he says you need to run. And we also know because he can go back by return by death. And as Bakugo says this, he says, look, see, I can say it perfectly fine. And I really don't care about that Rem, because she also killed you in one of those other timelines. But Amelia stopped responding. And Midoriya sees this and he says, You done messed up this timeline, Bakugo. She's gone. And Bakugo turns around and he sees that Amelia has went over and she's dropped dead. So it's basically, it can also affect if Bakugo, since he's basically connected to Midoriya with a contract, it also works with him. He can't tell anyone either, and it kills Amelia. And he says, Bakugo, you need to hurry up and get back to the other world. Trust me, you do not want to die here. He's going to kill both of us. And Bakugo says, I ain't leaving you here. And Midoriya says, you're going to have to kill me then. Hurry up before he kills us. And Bakugo says, we're just going to destroy him. We have both 100%. We can use 100% against him. And he says, his ice powers are stronger than Todoroki's. And I don't even know if that's even if he used his full 100% of his power. Trust me. But it was Bakugo wasn't listening to him. And Puck bursts out. Yeah, he bursts out the room. And Midoriya goes flying out through the wall, and he goes straight towards the gate. So he went flying quite a bit. And yeah, as Midoriya flies out through the window, Bakugo stays inside, and he starts to use his explosion magic so he can try to defeat Puck. But Midoriya flies right into Betelgeuse. And yes, this is his first meeting with Betelgeuse. And Betelgeuse is still holding Midoriya. And Midoriya kicks off of Betelgeuse and kicks him through the gate. And he says, of course the witch cultists have to show up now. And he's still injured quite badly. And Puck says, get out the way, kid. Or are you a spirit? I can't tell. And he starts to freeze Bakugo, but Bakugo melts the ice quite easily because he has 100. He's basically using the 50% of One for All. Like I said, it connects with Midoriya. His One for All, both of them can use it because of the spirit contract I made in the earlier parts of the episode. And yes, Bakugo is able to melt it, and he tries to punch. He legit tries to use all of his power on Puck, but it damaged him, but not to the point where he's going down. And yeah, he just kicks. He uses front paws to kick Bakugo back to the fence where Midoriya is, and Bakugo explodes everyone around Midoriya. And Betelgeuse used the unseen hand to block Bakugo's fire attack. And Betelgeuse says, "Des! Such powerful people!" And yeah, Puck wasn't wasting any time, and he starts to freeze Betelgeuse alive. And Betelgeuse lets go of Midoriya, and he says, "You guys would have been such good subjects, and he freezes to death. He freezes him cold. And Bakugo is saying, "What is with this dumb world? Why would Midoriya have to come here because of that dumb Satella? Why did she do this to him? Why am I still here? He told me to go back and I didn't listen to him. Now he's going to die and watch me die. I didn't think this one through, and I might forget about this." And Midoriya says, "Bakugo, you can still return." And Bakugo says, "Are you sure you want me to return?" And Puck says, "You're not returning anywhere." And Bakugo says, "I'm sorry, Midoriya. Forgive me." And Midoriya says, "It's alright. This is my fault to begin with." But over the horizon, it's basically the same like the last episode. Midoriya didn't change not anything. And Bakugo says, "I was super slothful. I'm sorry." And he disappears. And Reinhardt, and he sees a guy with red hair running towards. As Midoriya stands up and he says, "Puck, I won't fail this. I might have failed this time, but I won't fail again." And he says, "I'll be faster. I'll meet Reinhardt right away. I'll make it to the royal selection." And Puck doesn't know what Midoriya means, and he says, "You're going to be sleeping with Amelia. You did kill her after all, or your spirit contract did." But Midoriya says, "I'm sorry, but you'll be sleeping. I did change a little bit of this." And Puck sees Reinhardt charging up an attack, so he tries to hurry up and kill Midoriya. And Midoriya gets frozen to his half of his body gets frozen, and he says, "Detroit smash 100%." And he destroys the ice, and it breaks his arm. And he says, "I'm sorry, Puck. I won't fail you next time." And Reinhardt kills. Reinhardt kills Puck, and Reinhardt basically defeats all of the witch coaches a lot earlier, so that's why he gets there. And Betelgeuse got killed by Reinhardt in the last timeline, but we didn't see it because it was off screen. And Midoriya, it was just a notification. Sorry about that. And Midoriya says, "It took you long enough, Reinhardt. Everyone's dead here, though. I'm the only survivor." And Reinhardt says, We failed? How did we fail? You gave us so much time and we still failed." And Midoriya says, "Well, I can always just return by death." And he tries to see if this would work on Reinhardt. And Reinhardt doesn't feel anything. And Midoriya is actually the one that collapses over from a heart attack because Satella kills him. And Midoriya, as he's dying, Reinhardt runs over to him and he says, "What happened? Did Puck do something to your heart?" Midoriya says, "Satella did this." And he dies. And that's where I'll be leaving off. So Midoriya only made a little bit of progress. He doesn't die by Puck. He dies by killing. He has to kill himself. His timeline was already messed up. So he failed again. But this doesn't deter young Midoriya. He will fix it in the next timeline. now that he knows about the white whale and where the witch cultists are going to end up, and how Reinhardt, how he also knows that Reinhardt's actually going to make it. He can actually meet with Reinhardt a lot earlier and figure out a way to stop this from happening in the next part, and you'll see it. So yeah, Midoriya basically, this would technically be Midoriya's third to fourth death, and from my memory. And Bakugo would have died too if Reinhardt didn't make it there. But Midoriya was still going to die anyway. And yeah, Bakugo will also remember, because if I would have killed off Bakugo, Bakugo would have not remembered dying, because that would basically messed up the timeline, because he doesn't have return by death. He only has a contract with Satella that allows him to be a spirit contract with Midoriya. So he wouldn't remember return by death. He can only speak of it. He can only see it. He can only see it when he's not dead. So yeah, that's why I didn't kill him off, or he wouldn't remember anything. And yeah, Midoriya would have forced him back somehow. So yeah, that's why I let him go back. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. It'll be coming out tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta go. I need to catch up on season 5. I'm waiting for all of the episodes to be put on. I'm pretty sure they're on episode 12 now. So the new opening should become when opening 2 comes out of season 5. So basically opening 10. Yeah, opening 10. Yeah, opening 10 comes out. I'm going to catch up with My Hero, because I've been seeing that they're still doing that training exam thing with with Class B and stuff. So yeah, I could add that into this somehow if you want me to. Tell me in the comments. But I need to catch up though. Okay, bye guys. Peace out. It's towards Puck.